Hi everyone, and welcome to Almost Cancelled. I'm Pure, and I'm joined with Connor.
Hey everyone.
We're going to talk about Supergirl, Season 1, Episode 13. The episode was called For the Girl Who Has Everything. And full spoilers for the episode, as always. And this was a pretty great episode.
I'm going to go as far as to say this could be my favourite episode yet.
Very possibly. Very possibly. But this, last week had the strong moments, but overall it was bogged down by a couple of things, and we were saying it was kind of one of the weaker ones. This episode bounced back pretty damn well.
Definitely.
In a multitude of ways. So first up, you've got the Black Mercy that puts Kara in the dreamlike, perfect life where she's still alive on Krypton, and her parents are alive, and young Clark's kicking about as a 12-year-old. And that stuff, I thought that stuff worked fairly well. For a start, it looked impressive for TV.
Oh yeah. And also, just past that, it was better than every other Krypton sequence we've got yet, because it was anchored by Benoist.
Yes, I would agree with that. But what did surprise me is I thought we were going to spend way more time in the fantasy than we did.
Me too.
And instead what we got was everyone else dealing with the fact that Supergirl was out of commission and trying to help her, which actually worked out really well because it brought up a lot of really good dynamics between different people. Some people who I've never even seen speak to each other, which was great.
Definitely.
So the MVP for this episode, though, might be Martian Manhunter for multiple reasons. Even though technically it wasn't him, it wasn't the actor doing the acting.
No, it was yes.
But as a character, he kind of stole the show with this one a little bit.
Oh, absolutely. As a character.
Because him trying to control everything was working well. Him being sent in to fill in for Kara at work was exceptional.
Oh, pure comedy gold.
And Benoist did a great job of acting that, actually, because just the fact that he's struggling to walk in the high heels right away.
And just the way she's holding herself differently.
Yeah. And the confidence as well, because he immediately tells Jimmy and Wynn that it's not actually her. And they have no idea what's going on, because they don't know about Martian Manhunter or that he can shapeshift or any of that.
They just assume the DEO's got something that can do this.
Yeah, they have no idea what's going on. And I love his confidence. He's like, I've done this and I've done that. I can handle Cat Grant.
And then he goes in and he's like, wait, what just happened?
Yeah, I think he's ready for morphing back and wiping her mind at one point, to be honest. He's ready to punch her.
He's considering it.
And that's great. But I love how it cuts to later on when Alex comes around and he's morphed into himself in a suit, and Wynn and Jimmy are just like, wait, you were what? What's going on? And I love how they never actually explain to them, at least on camera, that why you can do this or what's going on. They're just confused and don't know.
I think it's because when they first meet him, assumes it was a bionic imprint thing that can mimic skin and mimic someone else.
Which is far-fetched as it is.
Yeah, but in this universe, you gotta let it go.
Well, it's not to let it go, because that's not what it was. I was just saying.
No, but that's what I mean. You gotta let it go that he could assume that, given what he knows about.
I don't think he's assuming anything. I think he's just trying to pick something that somewhat makes sense.
Yeah, could be that.
Well, that could be. It is.
Well, it can't. That's my point. It makes sense for him to think that, given what he knows about the DEO and what sort of stuff they have.
I'm just saying. I don't think he necessarily would jump to that conclusion. Generally, he's been shown someone who looks identical to her, and he's trying to rationalise it. That's all it is. I don't think this thing that he says actually exists in this world.
Oh, I think it probably could.
You're just arguing your point because you're a pedantic little prick at times. Get on with your point.
Where was I going with that?
I don't know where you're going with that.
You've sidetracked me now, damn it.
Anyway, so all that stuff was really fun with him being Kara.
Yeah, definitely.
So that was great fun. That added a lot of levity to the episode. Everyone sort of banding together to try and help her was good. Wynn and Jimmy being in the DEO was also pretty fun. But on top of all that, the action stuff was actually really good. Martian Manhunter coming in and properly fighting a Kryptonian was...
I thought it was a little bit clunky at times. Just the choreographedness of it.
Yeah, I think that's just because of the CG. They have to try and hide stuff,
Yeah.
and they have to.
Yeah, it is. But I did like one of the things that I really liked when they were doing the fight is when what's her name? The aunt. I don't know.
I don't know. They aren't.
She tries to punch him and she just like phases straight
Oh
through
yeah,
him.
yeah, that
I
was
like,
great.
oh,
That was
it's a
like,
small shot, but that was my favourite bit of that fight.
well, that's because it's a proper Martian Manhunter power that we've not really seen all that well in live
Yeah.
action, and he just properly used it in the middle of a fight, and it was great. So that was really cool. Her dying as well, but the kryptonite sword was
Cool as fuck.
pretty badass as well. I also really like when she goes in to save her. Like she goes in to try and like convince her that
I liked it and I didn't. Like I get the idea, like, oh yeah, it's the sister.
Well,
bond.
okay. I like the emotional side of it. What I didn't like as much was the TV kind of. We can put you inside to it by basically strapping on an Oculus Rift.
Yeah, not even that though. Like even on the emotional side, because while it's good for the sister bond emotion stuff, it kind of felt a bit like Carol wasn't strong enough to do it on her own, and it was like maybe weakens her a little bit.
I don't think so at all.
Do you not?
Not at all. I've seen this story done tons of times throughout various
Oh, of course.
characters.
It's not exactly a new idea.
No, it's not. But I don't think I've ever felt that way. Like I just like they're tricked, and they want to believe it because it's perfect, and they have to be reminded of something they care about that's not in this perfect fantasy. It makes sense to me.
Fair enough.
I also thought the music was quite good in this episode. There was a few cues here or there that were not only good, but there was one that sounded really new and different.
Yeah, I think once or twice it actually pushed a little bit far into melodrama for my liking. Just a touch. Just a little bit overscored.
I never had that problem so much. Mainly because I don't mind the music doing that a little bit. Because for me, you always say this when we complain about Arrow's melodrama and like melodrama on those shows. You say the music's what puts it over the edge for you. For me, it's not. For me, the music's fine. It's the writing that does it for me. It's the writing that's really sort of on the surface and shallow. It doesn't work for me. Music, if anything, can actually try and resuscitate it a bit.
It can, and that's my problem with the music a lot of times, especially like in those situations on Arrow where they could strip the music back and use it to like subdue it and pull the acting and the writing back. Whereas what they do is they still go for the over the topness, and that kind of pushes it further into the melodrama, and that's what makes it worse for me. And there was a couple of times in this where it was just pushing it just a little bit over that edge.
Nah, it didn't bother me at all. But there was one cue in particular that I thought was really unique and new to the show. It was towards the end, I think it was when Hank was walking around the DEO.
Yeah.
And there was just this really sort of, not dark, but kind of a more sci-fi sort of...
I know the bit you're on. It's kind of
Yeah.
like moody, pulsing sort of thing going on.
It was interesting. I liked it.
It was good. I did like that one a lot.
Yeah, it added a different kind of texture to the show, which I liked.
Man, Blake Neely does a fucking incredible job considering he's on fucking everything.
Yeah, he's on, like, what, 4 shows right now?
At least off the top of my head.
Yeah, he's on all DC stuff, so we know that much. So that stuff was good. I really liked the fact that they had to get Max Lord to try and help.
Yeah.
That was interesting.
I like that they resolved the thing where, you know, when the aliens broke into his at the mid-season, or the one before the mid-season.
Like, we know that is now, yeah.
Yeah, they've actually kind of picked that up, and it made some sense now.
Actually, do you know what kind of worked for me as well in this episode? Is it really felt like all season the Kryptonian stuff and then the Maxwell Lord stuff is completely separate. This one kind of
started bringing them together a bit, yeah.
It kind of made them intercede a lot more, and I like that. It made it feel a bit more natural.
My only problem is I'm a little bit worried that the Kryptonian's going to be a little bit less interesting now, because the most interesting part of it probably was the family connection. Because, you know, she was the only one who had a real personality, apart from maybe Non a bit. But now I'm worried that with that gone, maybe they won't be interesting enough.
I don't agree, but not because I think there's something there. It's that I don't think there was much there to begin with, so I don't think there's anything to lose.
Fair enough.
Like, yeah, I mean, she obviously had the more of a story thing going on because she was like sort of conflicted because she still loved her niece. But
I still don't think it was the best part. I just thought, like, That was the clear anchor to that enemy.
But I think that the whole Kryptonian thing has actually probably been the weakest element of the show for the most part. This evil group of Kryptonians who are just on Earth and have been doing nothing for the last 3 months for some reason. Like, you know,
that's true.
I think they in general are the weakest part. At least now, with her being dead, at least no one's kind of pissed at Kara. So at least there can be
up a bit, yeah.
Yeah, there can be like a sort of revenge aspect to it now, at least.
Yeah, that's fair.
But no, I just had a lot of fun with this episode, and I think it did a really good job. And I liked that the last like 2 or 3 episodes have had like these cliffhangers of danger, or cliffhangers of, oh shit, something's gone down. Whereas this one ended with a really sweet moment with them all together. And one of my favourite things in a lot of TV shows that I love is the sense that the cast, well, I say cast, but the group of characters become a family. It's something that's left over for me ever since like the first show I ever really got into was Buffy. And that family dynamic, and a show like this where there's like a main hero and the group that all sort of comes together to help, you know, that bond that sort of comes, because the fact that Alex is even starting to kind of get to know Win and Jimmy and Win have kind of met Hank now, aka Martian Manhunter. Like
Win's definitely getting called into the DEO a few more times after they put him to work.
Yeah, the IT guy from the magazine, well, not magazine, but you know what I mean,
the paper.
It's not a
news company.
It's more of a magazine that became like an online service, I think.
Yeah. Let's call it media conglomerate.
Yeah, there you go. That's a catch-all term. But he's so good with computers that he can just, you know, come in and figure out something that this crack team of
I kind of like him nerding over their computer stuff, though.
Yeah, that was fine. I like that they didn't go specific with it, because there's a real danger when they do that of sounding stupid, because we actually know what they're talking about.
Yeah, and it can really date it as well. Yeah,
whereas he just said, "Oh, the computers are good." Like, fine.
Yeah,
that's fine. Like,
it was enough to get the point.
Leave it at that. So no, I was really happy with this episode. I really had from start to finish. There was good emotional beats. There was good character growth. There was really fun stuff. Characters who have not spoke to each other sort of came together for the first time and interacted. And seeing Hank interact with those other two was fun. Even Kat had some good moments in this as well. Oh,
she had some fantastic one-liners.
Yeah, she was being particularly bitchy in this episode, and that was fun. So, this was a great episode. This is everything why I like this show. So
it also cemented after it's a couple of times it's happened now, but this has cemented that my favorite emotion for Benoist to play in this is rage. You know, when she comes out of the dream state.
Oh yeah.
Oh, that look on her face is just like, okay, that's fucking terrifying.
No, I agree. Actually, see when she wakes up and she's like ready to
just fucking destroy some shit.
Yeah, she's ready to kill things.
Yeah.
And then she just shows up and starts punching the shit out on. It's like...
we got it there. Like, still, the standout moment of the show for me was when she has that scream against Red Tornado with that rage.
Yeah. When she's using her heat vision, yeah.
Yeah.
That's one of the great moments I like as well. In fact, it's one of the elements of the comics, the fact that Kara's got a temper.
Yeah.
That they've downplayed here a lot. Like, she's a lot nicer and mellow here, and, you know... But they have touched on it a couple of times that she can get angry, and I like that.
It's starting to seep through occasionally, and it's good.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't actually think it's going to build to her having a temper problem, but I do think it's nice that they're seeding it in with a little.
Every so often, I think she'll flare up a bit. Yeah.
Yeah, if something justifiable, and to be fair, this was somewhat justifiable.
Oh, absolutely.
Because I actually loved it. See when she's punching him and says, "You made me lose them again," and she keeps punching him. I'm like, holy shit, this is actually...
Because I didn't think of it that way until she'd said it. I was like, oh shit, yeah.
Nah.
Man, we really loved this episode, didn't we?
We did. This was a great episode. This was... I will now be upset if this gets cancelled and doesn't get a season 2.
Oh, absolutely.
That's where we are now with this. It's had some weak episodes. I'm sure it'll have some more weak episodes, but...
Hey, it's a first season. It's going to have a handful of weak episodes.
No, it's not even just that. It's just the kind of show that it is. Like, it's the kind of show that some of the episodes are just going to suck.
Yeah, but more so in the first half of the season, generally speaking. You know, usually it takes, you know, a bit of time for them to find the feet, get everything in place.
Yeah. No, I'm not disputing that. I'm just saying, like, it's the kind of show that has shitty Freak of the Week episodes occasionally.
Occasionally, yeah.
And it's always going to have them. Even if we get 5 seasons of this, season 5 is going to have some shit episodes.
Oh, it's going to have a couple, but probably not as many.
Possibly. Alright, so, yeah, that's this week's Supergirl. And if you are watching this on YouTube and we're expecting this up late Monday night, apologies for having it up late. Connor was having some technical issues and couldn't get on to review it. So it's his fault, is what I'm saying.
Yeah, basically.
So if you thought I was too harsh earlier when I said he was a prick, you probably agree with me now because he delayed the review.
Yeah, you can go give me some shit and blame me
in the comments. If you listen to the audio version, you don't care because it's just at the same time as always. So thanks very much. That's Supergirl, and looking forward to next week now.